Welcome to this video on higher order functions Swift. Dive into this fascinating world where functions are elevated to a new level. This video is like a journey into the heart of Swift programming where we explore higher order functions in all their glory. Higher order functions are like the secret weapons of Swift programming. They are the unseen heroes that make your code more readable, more efficient, and more elegant. They are akin to the unsung heroes who quietly do their job, making your life so much easier without seeking any recognition. In Swift programming, higher order functions take other functions as parameters or return them as results. A higher order function is essentially a function with superpowers. It's like the superhero of the Swift programming world. It's not just a function, it's a function that can do more. But what exactly are these higher order functions? What do they look like? How do they work? How are they used in the Swift programming language? Well, that's what we are going to explore in this video. We will be diving deep into the world of higher order functions, learning about their structure, their usage, and their application in real-life scenarios. By the end of the video, you will have a thorough understanding of higher order functions. You'll know what they are, how they work, and when to use them. You will be able to recognize a higher order function when you see one, and you'll know how to use it to your advantage. Throughout the video, we'll be guided by examples and demonstrations. We will see higher order functions in action. We will learn by doing. Together, we will demystify of higher order functions. We'll make them tangible, understandable, and usable. In essence, this video is not just about higher order functions. It's about empowering you with the knowledge and understanding of these higher order functions. It's about giving you the tools to write better, more efficient, cleaner code. It's about enhancing your Swift programming skills and making you a better programmer. So, buckle up and get ready for an exciting journey into the world of higher order functions in Swift programming. This video delves into higher order. So, what exactly are higher order functions? Well, to delve deep into this concept, let's start from the very basic. Consider that we are in a world of code, a world where everything is interconnected, every action impacts the others, every function is a building block to a more complex structure. Now, in this world, there are different types of functions. Some are simple, like addition or subtraction. They take input, they perform an operation, they give you an output. But then they perform an operation, they give you an output. But then there are the others. The advanced ones, the higher order ones. Now, what does higher order signify? It means these functions are on a different level of complexity. They are not satisfied with simple operations, they desire more, and this is where the real beauty of coding comes into the picture. When we talk about higher order functions, we are essentially talking about the functions that have the capacity to accept other functions as their inputs or even return them as outputs. Quite fascinating, isn't it? Imagine the flexibility it offers. You can pass a function just like you would pass a variable. It opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. Let's take an example to illustrate this point. Say, you have a function that calculates the area of a circle. Now, you need to create a function that calculates the area of sectors of this circle. Instead of writing a new function from scratch, you can create a higher order function that accepts the circle area function, tweaks it a little, and returns the new sector area function. Quite a time saver, isn't it? In fact, it's not time, but also about enhancing the readability of the code. Too many standalone functions can clutter your code and make it hard to read and understand. Higher order functions help you to keep your code clean and organized, without compromising on the efficiency and effectiveness of the code. The concept of higher order functions is a very powerful tool in functional programming. It allows the programmer to write cleaner, more efficient, and more intuitive code. It makes the code more modular and easier to test and debug. It allows for higher levels of abstraction, making your code more readable and maintainable. In a world where the efficiency of the code can make or break a project, where the readability of the code determines how easily others can work on it, higher order functions serve a very important purpose. They allow you to create dynamic, efficient, and readable code that is easy to understand and manage. So the next time you find yourself struggling with a complex coding challenge, remember the power of higher order functions. They might just be the solution you are looking for. Their ability to accept or return other. One of the most commonly used higher order functions in Swift is the map function. A marvel of programming language design, map function stands apart as a key player in Swift. Swift, as a language, prides itself on its modern, sophisticated features, and the map function is a shining example of this. It's a tool that takes the concept of transformation and applies it in a manner that is both efficient and intuitive. When we say transformation, what we're referring to is the map function's ability to modify elements within a collection. In the landscape of coding, a collection can refer to any number of things, but in the context of Swift and the map function, we're talking about a group of elements. These can be integers, alphanumeric characters, even other functions. The map function isn't picky. Its purpose is to transform, regardless of what it's transforming. And it's this indiscriminate utility that makes the map function so useful. It doesn't discriminate between types of elements. It treats them all the same. As long as there's a collection to work with, the map function can do its job. But how does it do this? What's the mechanism behind the magic? Well, the map function works by applying a given function to every single element in a collection. It's an automated process, one that's designed to take care of tedious manual operations. Instead of having to manually apply a function to every single element in a collection, the map function takes care of it for you. It's like having a personal assistant, but for your code. To understand the incredible usefulness of the map function, let's break it down a bit further. Imagine you have a list of numbers and you want to add 5 to each one. Ordinarily, you might have to write a loop, iterate over each number, and manually add 5. But with the map function, you simply tell it what to do and it gets the job done. It's a matter of efficiency. In Swift, the map function takes the form of a method that's applied to a collection. The syntax is simple and straightforward, which adds to its appeal. All you need to know is what you want to do to each element, and the map function takes care of the rest. In practical scenarios, the map function can save a lot of time and effort. It's a handy tool to have in your coding toolbox, whether you're a seasoned professional or a budding coder. It streamlines the process of transformation, making your code cleaner, more concise, and more efficient. Of course, the map function isn't the only higher-order function in Swift. There are others, each with their own unique use cases and advantages. But it's safe to say that map is one of the most commonly used. It's a fundamental part of Swift, an integral tool in every developer's repertoire. This can be incredibly when you want to perform. Another powerful higher-order function is the filter function. The filter function, for those not as well versed in programming, is a specific higher-order function that has been designed to simplify certain processes, making coding easier and more efficient. This function, like its counterparts, has transformative properties, making it a valuable asset in the world of programming. The filter function, as its name implies, works by effectively filtering out elements in an array that do not meet a certain criterion. These criteria can be varied. They can be defined based on specific needs and requirements. It's like a sieve that lets only the desired elements through, hence the name filter. By doing so, it helps to streamline the array, making it more manageable and efficient. This capability of the filter function is not just useful, but also incredibly powerful, making it more manageable and efficient. This capability of the filter function is not just useful, but also incredibly powerful. It allows for a level of selectivity and specificity that can greatly enhance the functionality and performance of the program. By being able to extract the elements that are most relevant or useful, it becomes an essential tool for programmers. Just think about it. Imagine having an array with hundreds or even thousands of elements. These elements could be anything from numbers, strings, to more complex data structures. Now imagine having to manually go through each of these elements to find those that meet a certain criterion. This would not just be incredibly time-consuming, but also prone to human error. But with the filter function, this process can be automated, making it quicker, more accurate, and efficient. The filter function is a prime example of the sophistication and ingenuity of modern programming. It represents the progress that has been made in the field of software development, from the manual, labor-intensive processes of the past to the automated, efficient systems of today. It also highlights the power of higher-order functions and their ability to simplify and streamline complex processes. The filter function, while seemingly simple, can have a profound impact efficient machine. It can significantly reduce the amount of time and effort that goes into coding, allowing programmers to focus on more important and complex tasks. It can also make the program more robust and reliable by reducing the likelihood of errors and bugs. In addition to these benefits, the filter function also promotes good programming practices. By encouraging the use of higher-order functions, it supports the principles of functional programming, which advocate for simplicity, reusability, and modularity. These principles, when applied consistently, can lead to cleaner, more readable code and ultimately better software. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of the filter function is its versatility. Regardless of the programming language used or the complexity of the task at hand, the filter function can be utilized to great effect. It can be used in a variety of different contexts, from simple tasks like sorting a list of numbers to complex tasks like data analysis and manipulation. In conclusion, the filter function exemplifies the power and potential of higher-order functions. It enables you to extract specific. Next, we have the reduce function. It's a fascinating concept that is used in various programming paradigms, and as you dig deeper into it, you'll find it to be quite intriguing. This function, the reduce function, is a central topic in computer science, an important tool in the arsenal of any seasoned programmer. Essentially, it's a function that consolidates or reduces all the different elements of a collection into one single output. The scenario might sound at first glance, but the reduce function, with its expansive potential, forms the backbone of many complex algorithms. Here's how it works. Imagine having a collection of items. An array, a list, a set, doesn't matter. The reduce function performs its magic by systematically applying a function that you provide to all these elements in the collection. This process takes place sequentially, taking one element at a time, starting from the first to the last. The result of each function application is then passed on to the next element, and this keeps happening until all the elements have been traversed. The beauty of the reduce function is not just in its simplicity, but its versatility. It is capable of handling a wide range of scenarios, from operating on simple arrays with numeric elements to dealing with complex data structures like trees or graphs. The reduce function is an effective solution. Let's consider an example. We have an array, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we want to do is find the sum of all these elements. Now, there are multiple ways to achieve this, but one of the simplest and most efficient methods is by using the reduce function. We will provide a function, in this case an addition function, to the reduce function and watch it do its magic. It starts by adding the first and second elements, retains that sum, then adds it to the third element and continues this process till it reaches the end of the array. The result will be the sum of all the elements in the array, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. The reduce function's true potential becomes evident when you see it in action with more complex problems. For instance, consider a situation where we have an array containing multiple arrays, and we want to flatten this into a single array. This task, which might seem complex and intimidating at first, can be easily handled by the reduce function. As you can see, the reduce function plays a vital role in programming. Its significance is immense, and it's a function that every coder, regardless of their experience level, should be familiar with. The ability to combine or reduce elements in a collection into a single output using a function of your choice is a valuable tool in any programmer's skill set. Whether you're calculating the sum of an array, trying to find the product of all numbers in a range, or even if you're simply trying to understand how the different components of your program interact with each other, the reduce function is a reliable and efficient tool. This function is not just a standalone tool, it's also an integral part of various other functions and methods in programming. It's a function that fosters adaptability, encourages logical thinking, and promotes efficient coding. To conclude, the reduce function is not just a mere tool, it's a game changer in the world of programming. It combines elements in a collection into one by using a given function. This can be useful when calculating. Using these higher order functions, you can write code. It's a concept that might seem daunting at first, but once you delve into it, you'll discover a world of functionality and efficiency that these functions bring into your work. You see, these aren't just any functions, they are higher order functions. Their uniqueness lies in their amazing ability to either take other functions as arguments or return them as results. The beauty of higher order functions is deeply rooted in their inherent properties. They are transformative, adapting themselves in ways that bring out the best in your code. They embody the principles of reusability and modularity, two pillars that are fundamental to the art of efficient coding. Instead of writing long, complicated, and redundant code blocks, these functions allow you to compose small, reusable functions that do one thing and do it well. Take, for example, the map function. It's a higher-order function that transforms an array by applying a function to each of its elements and building a new array from the results. The reduce function, another powerful higher-order function, can be used to boil down an array of values into a single value. The filter function is another noteworthy higher-order function that lets you weed out unnecessary elements from an array, leaving you with a streamlined collection of elements, that meet a certain condition. These higher-order functions, and many others, are the tools that give JavaScript its expressive and flexible nature, making it one of the most popular languages among developers worldwide. However, the use of higher-order functions is not limited to JavaScript. In fact, they are a fundamental part of functional programming, a programming paradigm that treats computation as the evaluation of mathematical functions and avoids changing state and mutable data. This approach can be found in languages like Haskell, Elixir, Lisp, and many others. But what makes these higher-order functions so special is not just their versatility, but their ability to make your code easier to understand. By encapsulating complexity within themselves, they keep the outer layers of your code clean and straightforward, thereby improving readability. A well-structured code is like a well-written book. Its meaning is clear, its purpose evident, and its logic unambiguous. Moreover, higher-order functions also make your code easier to maintain. Code maintenance is a critical aspect of software development that often takes a backseat in the face of deadlines and deliverables. But with higher-order functions, you can make your code resilient and adaptable to future changes. By breaking down your code into small, reusable parts, you ensure that any modifications can be made with minimal disruptions to the overall system. Think of these functions as the perfect team players. They keep the ball rolling smoothly, ensuring that every part of your code plays its role effectively and contributes to the overall performance. In conclusion, higher-order functions are a powerful tool in Swift programming. This concept is one that's not just unique to Swift, but is a feature of functional programming. It's a tenet that's built into the very fabric of many modern programming languages, Swift being one of the prime examples. To understand higher-order functions, first, let's dig into what they are. A higher-order function is a function that takes one or more functions as arguments, returns a function as its result, or both. This enables us to create abstractions over actions, not just values. They allow us to design more abstract and flexible functions, thereby increasing the reusability of our code. They bring a degree of elegance and sophistication to the process of coding, especially in the context of Swift programming. The power of higher-order functions comes to light by enhancing the functionality of the Swift collections. Collections are fundamental types which hold multiple values in Swift and are used in almost any app you build. Swift provides us with a variety of higher-order functions that can be applied to collections. These functions include filter, map, reduce, and sort, among others. Each of these functions contributes to simplifying common coding tasks, enhancing readability and efficiency in the process. The filter function, for instance, helps us sift through a multitude of data, picking out the elements that meet a particular condition. It's like sieving flour to get rid of the lumps. Similarly, the map function enables us to take an array, perform the same operation on each element, and return a new array with all the transformed elements. Then there's the reduce function, which, as the name suggests, reduces our array to a single value. Think of it like taking a pile of bricks and using them to build a single house. Each higher-order function bringing a new set of capabilities to our code, allowing us to construct more complex yet efficient code structures, but it doesn't end there. The true power of higher-order functions lies in their ability to be combined. You can chain these functions together to perform complex operations in a single, elegant line of code. This is where they truly demonstrate their power, turning what would be complex multi-line codes into simple, readable one-liners. However, like any tool, they need to be used with discretion. Overuse can lead to code that, while succinct, can become unreadable due to its complexity. It's all about finding the right balance. So, higher-order functions are much more than a simple tool in Swift programming. They embody the evolution of coding practices towards more abstract, concise, and flexible code. They represent the future of coding. A future where code is not just functional, but elegantly designed. Having understood the power and potential of higher-order functions, it is essential to use them judiciously. They should not be seen as a shortcut, but as a sophisticated tool that helps address complex problems with ease. So, remember to leverage their power in Swift collections. Thank you for watching this video on higher-order functions in Swift. We know you have a world full of choices, and we appreciate your decision to invest your time with us. We recognize the trust you place in us when you choose to spend your time learning Swift, and more specifically, higher-order functions. The world of programming is vast, and Swift, as a language, has been a game changer, introducing innovative concepts like higher-order functions. The pace of change in the tech landscape is staggering. Every day, there's something new to learn, a fresh concept to understand, a different technique to master. This video series on higher-order functions in Swift has been designed to make that learning curve smoother, more streamlined, and more efficient. Our commitment to producing high-quality, informative videos is unwavering. We have a team of dedicated professionals working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you the best educational content possible. Our team includes experts in the field, researchers, scriptwriters, and video editors. These dedicated individuals work in concert, fueled by a shared passion for education and a common goal: to help you learn and grow. Our focus on higher-order functions in Swift is not random. We chose this topic because we believe it's a crucial component for anyone looking to enhance their programming skills. Higher-order functions are a powerful tool that can simplify your code, making it more readable and maintainable. Whether you're a seasoned programmer or a fresh newbie, understanding and implementing these functions can significantly elevate your coding prowess. In this video series, we've broken down complex concepts into simpler terms. Our videos aren't just lectures, they're interactive learning experiences designed to spark curiosity, foster understanding, and instill confidence. We understand that learning is not a one-size-fits-all process. Different people learn in different ways and at different paces. That's why we strive to make our content as versatile and accessible as possible. We are not just creating videos, we are building a learning community. A community of learners, teachers, programmers, and tech enthusiasts. We appreciate your participation in this community. Your presence here, your investment of time, your willingness to learn, and your shared passion for Swift programming enrich our learning community. As we continue to produce more videos, your feedback is invaluable. Your insights guide us as we develop new content, helping us make informed decisions about what topics to explore next. Your engagement, be it through comments, likes, shares, or simply watching the videos, helps us understand what resonates with our audience. So, don't hesitate to let us know what you think. We are dedicated to enhancing your learning experience, and we can't do it without you. We look forward to continuing this journey together, expanding our knowledge, refining our skills, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in Swift programming. Stay tuned for